Peace, love, and balance, everybody. Peace, love, and balance, y'all. It's your girl Isha, the goddess of wisdom, also known as Goddess on the Rise, the Copper Queen, the Father Hoodie Queen, bringing this sacred energy exchange 222. All right, so look, I am up very early today. It is actually like 7 something a.m. Central Standard Time here in Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm up early because yesterday, thankfully, on Holy Day, what we call Holy Day and Venus Day, I really got back in routine and really did a lot of stuff to just get my body rejuvenated, reset. And I started like Thursday night. So Thursday night, I took a spiritual bath. I decided to go offline completely yesterday. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I went online a couple times checking stuff, but I turned my phone off most of the day. Like, my phone was off pretty much all day. And I didn't post anything on social media. Uh, I didn't respond to anything. I didn't stroll or nothing like that. Like, I did have to check an email. That's what's up. When I did turn my phone back on, it was something quick, like checking an email, something like that. Other than that, I was just offline. I watched me a good movie, fixed me something to eat. I fixed something to eat that night before. So I reheated what I had left over and I made me some fresh bread, y'all. And I slept on and off all day too. I did go outside for a little while, got me some sunlight, sat on my front porch, and I was reading my book. That book I told you I've been reading called The Conjuring of America. It's a good book. I'm on like chapter 21 now. It's 29 chapters in this book. So I'm about through it. I'm on chapter 24. I took a break from reading it because I was going through some kind of ascension and rebirth and transformation. And sometimes when you're going through them shifts like that, it's hard to like read a book because your mind is bringing stuff to your mind and to the surface of your heart. And I wasn't gonna be able to focus on the book. So now that I've gotten through that, I was like, okay, back on my book. Okay, back on my book. Yeah, but y'all, I don't know if y'all watched my live I did the other day with the hoodoo message, but that mojo bag I just made, baby, it kicked in. It's been kicking in because I've been feeding it. Remember, if you when you make your mojo bag, you do have to feed it things that you need. And it's going to work regardless, but this is how you keep it charged. Like, if you don't feed it every day, it needs to be on an ancestor altar. So mine specifically is on an altar with my ancestors, and I recommend blood ancestors. So I do have two blood ancestors that I decided to work with on my altar. And you need to feed, give them things that they want. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't do it. Like my uncle that I on my altar, he smokes cigarettes, so I got him a cigarette. Find somebody you can buy a cigarette from for 50 cents or $1. I don't know how much they cost now. And somebody might give it to you for free. Like, somebody gave me a cigarette for free. But I put that on the altar with him. If they like the beer, if they like the favorite beer, put their beer there. If they had a favorite tea or a soup, you know what I'm saying, or even a cloth or a book, just something that really personally, my grandmama wanted a Bible, so I put a Bible on the altar. So that's what I'm saying. You got to give them things that they want. And then on top of that, that's how they'll keep your mojo charged. Because remember, working with the mojo is working with them. So they are to keep it charged. So every day you will go to your altar, speak life over it, give gratitude for them, blessing it, blow tobacco smoke on it, and all that. You got to do your rituals. All right. So that's what I've been doing. Greetings. That's what I've been doing, y'all. And it's Taurus season. So Taurus season actually is any earth season, but I specifically feel like Taurus season because it's during the spring equinox and we're in Beltane, right? It's the best time to thank you from Indonesian. So it's the best time to connect with your ancestors because life, the earth is coming back to life. So it's life on the planet, right? We're out of the winter solstice. So Taurus season, I think, is a great time to work with your ancestors, especially doing any kind of root work or in any nature work in general. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Doing nature work is really good to do right now. This is the season. So that's what I said. If you want to, if y'all want to get ancestor readings by me, y'all know I still do ancestor readings. Ancestor readings are off the menu. So if you want an ancestor reading, you do have to email me at sacred energy exchange 222 at gmail.com. That's sacred energy exchange 222 at gmail.com, y'all. So I'm going to be doing the Taurus season reading today. I'm going to use my black and gold cards today, okay? So I'm going to ring this bell, get us into a spirit. Earth, air, fire, water, spirits of universe, most high, higher self, spirit guides of balanced light, ancestors known, unknown, of balanced light. Please come into this space and provide us a divine message for Taurus season. All right. So yes, y'all, this is Taurus season. All right. Taurus season, like I said, is Tauruses are ruled by Venus. All right. Tauruses are ruled by Venus. So anybody that is a Taurus already know how it is. It's a very loving energy, and y'all know it's mating season. So you could be feeling very lovey-dovey right now. I actually been in tune with it, okay? You could be feeling very lovey-dovey. You could be, if you have a partner, maybe you and your partner have been expressing more love and affection to each other and gentleness to each other. But if you don't have a partner, maybe you have been craving partnership and love and affection, okay? And if you want that, this is something, especially if you want it in a sacred union kind of way, which I feel like it's the best kind to have. You don't want it something temporary, but some people do that. But some people don't want long-term commitments, and that's okay, be honest. But if you want something long-term, like marriage and a family, you definitely gonna have to work with your ancestors too, because you gotta think they've been here before you. So most of them have been married, have been through relationships that failed. You know what I'm saying? They've been through divorce. They've been through more than you. So they are the people that can tell you what to look out for. You see what I'm saying? And even stuff about you. Like, I had a dream last night that revealed to me some stuff that I'm still working through. And I said, dang, you know what I mean? So they're here to show you, like, are you really ready for this? Because you still be self-sabotaging stuff to the slip. You still working on really believing that this is happening for you. So some people, when you've been through so much stuff your whole life, right, especially negative, more negative stuff than positive stuff, you don't know how to believe stuff when it happened. It is hard. You think it's a trick, because every time in the past you thought something was real, it wasn't, right? And then you got hurt. So finally, it's time for you to be happy, right? And blessings are coming left and right. And then what you really won't come through, you're scared, because you're like, nah, this is another trick. Ooh, that's when you're gonna need your ancestors. So if you want to make sure you don't go through no kind of traps or tricks again, and lies and betrayal, you got to work with your ancestors, okay? You're going to have to work with your ancestors right now. So this is not permissible in Islam and Christianity. Okay. All right, y'all. So look, that's enough shuffling. I'm going to cut the deck, and I'm going to deal the cards out, and we're going to see what tarot has to say, okay? All right, so here we go, y'all. Here we go. Hold on, let me scoot these up. Thank y'all for tuning in. So we have the Seven of Swords coming in. Seven of Swords, all right? So Seven of Swords is associated with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. As you can see, this person is like walking off right now. Walking off with, excuse me real quick. Somebody's got to get out of here. All right. So somebody is like walking off right now with all these swords, right? So he looks like he done just like stole some stuff, honestly, because he's looking back and he's carrying all these swords, and then there's two swords in the background that he's not carrying. So maybe somebody is feeling like somebody just kind of, you may have got stolen from recently by somebody, or feel like you got played by somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been feeling that way, you might need to, whoever this person is, you may need to stay away from this person that's making you feel this way. But somebody's feeling like they got betrayed, possibly, or tricked. That's the energy I'm getting. It's some kind of trickster energy. Somebody feel like they got tricked by somebody they thought they could trust. You thought you could trust this person. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You thought you could trust this person. You probably did. And maybe they tricked you into thinking that y'all was like cool like that or something like that. They was really using you. So the message is, it's a lesson in all that. This is the message, because somebody, you know, somebody has been through this before. The message is, you already know what this type of behavior is like, because you've been through it before. So just because it's a different person now doesn't mean it's not the same behavior. When you're healing from a trauma or in general, I promise you, the same spirit keep transferring into different bodies, because they've been after you since you came onto the planet. So if you see the familiar behavior, pay attention and don't fall for it. It's that simple. It doesn't matter if it's a different person. You thinking, no, they wouldn't do me like that. Yes, they will. More like, I tell you right now, I don't trust nobody. Okay? I'm not trusting nobody. I don't care how much money you got or how much money you don't get. I don't trust nobody. I trust actions. Okay? I trust actions. I don't trust people's words. I trust actions because people can lie all day long and then their actions doing something totally different. Okay. People can, once again, I'm gonna say it again, people can lie all day long, but their actions is doing something that they saying this, right? But they doing something else. Stop being naive to that stuff. That's you being foolish. You heard what they've been saying. They're lying in your face. And you gonna fall for that? Don't. They just told you what they've been up to, right? Or what's been going on, but then they gonna lie to you and tell you they ain't with that stuff no more. They just lied to your face. Yes, they are. They lying. All right. So look, 10. Well, somebody said I don't even trust actions. Like I trust God and myself. That's true because some people can. I talked about that in another lie. I think that was the Scorpio full moon one, where people can just put up an act too. So that's what I'm saying. Actions, longevity. Like you gotta. It's a lot out here, yo. It's so terrible. Who was that? This person, right though? Yeah, you gotta wait. All right. So we had the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. So somebody, this is your reminder that you have worked hard. You see how this person is really working hard and they putting their back into it. Somebody, I'm gonna explain something to you. You have worked way too hard out here for you to allow anybody to come into your life and tear this down. Remember that. Remember that. Do not let nobody from your past come into your life and tear your foundation down because they will, because they don't have anything. See, that's the thing. You can't really help people that don't have anything or don't know how to utilize what they do have. They can't, they're not alchemists, right? You know what I'm saying? Alchemists like me. Alchemists, I could turn some flour and make some dough and make some bread. That's actually alchemy. Instead of me having to go and buy the whole loaf of bread going up to like darn near $10, some of the bread. Let me just buy this ingredients that may cost me up to $10, but I can make 20 loaves of bread. See what I'm saying? So they're not like that. And once you see that, you already know people like that don't know how to do nothing. They don't know how to appreciate anything because they've never had to build anything. They don't know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? So some of this stuff is avoidable when you use your intelligence. And somebody right now, it is, you need your emotional intelligence, but you need your mental intelligence more right now. Stop. You got to get out of your emotions right now. See, that's nothing. People like to play on your emotions because they know you're an emotional person and you're naturally caring and loving person. But everybody don't deserve that from you. They don't deserve your sympathy. Maybe they've already had it and they tricked you the last time they had it. And that's who they are. That's all they get. That behavior will never change. Okay? That's all they get. All they can do is manipulate, trick, play around, take advantage because they has gotten them where they, you know what, they think is getting them far in their life, and they think they've gotten everything they've always wanted with that behavior, and they still don't have anything. That's what I'm saying. No, they don't. They have not gotten far, but they won't change the behavior. They have not gotten far at all, and they are so, I call it dumbfounded to the fact that they have not gotten anywhere, and you don't think you don't need to change at all, and you wonder why you haven't gotten anywhere because you're not a person of integrity. You're not a person of integrity. That's why people of integrity go far. People of uprightness go far. It reflects in your life when you're doing right. It does. When you're not doing right, you're going through hell. It's just what it is. So that's another thing. If they going through hell, leave their ass there. Excuse my language, but leave them there. Do not pull nobody out of the pit. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. So we have the sun because it's time for you to shine bright. Let's go. All right. So the sun. So we have the sun, which is associated with Leo, Aries, and Leo's, Aries, and what is the Sagittarius energy? But it's just I think it's mainly Leo. But you're shining bright with the sun. Okay, somebody you really in your light. Now I tell people, y'all remember before we knew bills, how we was when we was kids. But this is especially for anybody that's like 80s babies and ups. We grew up with outside. You know, we had toys, we had Nintendo and like Sega and all that stuff. But we had video games and board games, but we were still outdoors in nature. We didn't have iPads. I didn't grow up with an iPad. So I'm saying I'm not an iPad baby. So phones didn't start coming out for me and computers and stuff until I was like in middle school and high school. So I didn't grow up with technology. I grew into it in like middle school, like seventh and upgrade. We started having computer classes and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. somebody, you're actually back to your childlike energy. Okay, so you're remembering how it was when you was just in tune with nature, just natural things, and like being outside, loving the outdoors, you know what I'm saying? Even like, remember y'all going, like, if y'all remember going to the playground or field day. Do they even still have field day anymore? Field day at the end of the year, where everybody at the end of the year got to like compete against each other. You know what I'm saying? It was just a fun day. Or just PE, physical education. I hope they still got that in school. But y'all used to go outside for recess. Y'all remember that TV show Recess? Recess, right? So you remembering the simple things in life, and that's starting to reflect in your adult life. So like, I be going to the park sometimes, and there be people out there playing volleyball, they be playing soccer. That's still your childlike energy, because that's stuff we did as kids growing up. So somebody, you getting back in tune with that, and that's making you feel good. You know what I'm saying? That's making you happier. That's making you realize you have a lot to be grateful for. Okay, and that's also unlocking abundance in your life. So that's another thing. As you become happier, y'all, happiness unblocks blockages of all kinds, energetic blockages, emotional blockages, trauma blockages. It kicks it to the curb. So somebody, you got to find ways to be happier. You got to push through this, okay? You got to find ways to be happier, all right? So we have the Ace of Wands, see? Some fire, and here come the fire. This is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and so you got a new beginning coming in. Somebody, see, that's what I'm saying. You got a new beginning coming in. Somebody, you about to take off. So let me explain something. This is a message for somebody specifically. So if it's resonating, if you feel this message is for you. But if you don't, keep it going. But somebody, there has been people watching you, and people staying in touch with you as far as how you're moving, decisions you're making, how you're growing, making sure you're real. Because it's like what this that other girl just stated. It's so many fake people out here. They can fake it till they make it for a long period of time. It's unfortunately, it's just the world we live in now. So people really making sure you real, and you are. And they just making sure. But somebody, you about to get some big opportunity about to come through for you when you least expect it, because you just being you, doing you, staying true to you, focused on you, and you continue to keep it moving and doing your, you know what I'm saying, you're investing in yourself. You can't, certain stuff, I tell you, it's certain stuff you can't fake. Like, I was watching this video the other day, and I already knew about this, about people that try to copy you. And I've had people copy me before, and I don't get offended by it because I'm a leader. So naturally, when you're a leader, people are going to copy you. You're the leader. It makes sense. They copy Jesus. They copy Michael Jackson. All the great ones they copy. Erica Badu, you know what I mean? They gonna copy you and want to and be like you. That's the Christ energy. So I'm not offended by that. But she was talking about when people copy you just to take and steal your ideas so they can benefit off of it for themselves without even giving you recognition. She said those are like monitoring spirits and people that actually secretly envy you. But after a while, you're so authentic, and you keep changing things up because nothing you're doing is fake. It's truly authentically coming for you, and you're going through changes and transformations, and they can't keep up with that because it becomes too noticeable. Yeah. So yeah, so if people are copying you, I mean, even if it is for envious reasons, so what? They got more of a problem than you. They the one that got a copy of somebody else's whole personality. You're genuine. It comes from within your soul. So it's nothing to be offended about. You hopefully they find their way though. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Hopefully they find their way. But they can never take from you because it was never, it's not theirs. They can copy all day, but some people, what they're saying, I'm saying, is they're dropping their flags though. People are dropping their flags. They can't copy you no more. It's not working well. It's not working well because they can't keep up. It's certain stuff that you're doing also that they can't do. So that's another. It's certain things as you're climbing, as you're ascending, transforming, that you're getting actually permission from the universe, your ancestors, and all that. That it's time for you to do this. Everybody don't have this, so it's certain stuff other people can't do anyway. Like, you have not been spiritually gifted to do this. You see what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna be able to copy everything you do. They don't got it. You know what I'm saying? How many people kept trying to do the moonwalk, right? Some people knew how to do it, but most people couldn't. Like me, I never knew how to do the moonwalk. But guess what? It didn't stop me from going in the kitchen in my socks trying to do the moonwalk. It is, you know what I'm saying? But I do not know how to do, and I do not know how to dance like Michael Jackson. No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. So they can't copy you forever, and it is what it is, because they know you the King of Pentacles, baby. Let's go. They know you can take it however resonate. This could be for a man or woman, but they know you the king. All right. All right. King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. They just want to be like you. They want to be like you. They wish they was where you were. They wish they had your knowledge, your wisdom. They wish they was as strong as you. That's the message. Some people wish it was decisions that you made that they couldn't make. Let me tell you about this position. The King of Pentacles energy is somebody that had to make some tough decisions, okay? I'm talking about tough decisions. Most of the time, the king had to be alone until they got around the people that overstood their mission and was on board with them. That's how it works. They will shed anybody or anything that is blocking or in their way or trying to stop them. A king ain't letting nobody stop them or distract them. They don't have time for that. So somebody, you have been having discipline like that. You have discipline in areas that other people can't because they may be suffering from codependency. They may need to be validated. They may need support. So I'm gonna tell y'all, there's people that need support. I can't remember the actual term for this, but they need, I call it invisible support. So they just like the idea that a whole bunch of people are around them, even though the people are not actually helping them. They need, I call it invisible support. So just because you know you got this person that you can maybe call on. And that's another, even when you call on them, they can't even give you no advice. But the fact that you know you got all these people in your phone, you got all these people that y'all hang out all the time, even though y'all are not doing anything for each other but hanging out. Y'all not making money together, y'all not building together, y'all not bringing each other higher. But because you know you got all these people, you feel like you got a lot, and you really don't. It's what I'm saying. People like it, and people need invisible support, and it's really bad because half the people they're hanging around, they would be doing better without them, but they're too scared to let it go because they don't know, they don't trust themselves as an independent individual to really get far in life. Okay, and that's sad. That's a self-esteem issue. You don't have courage. You need more courage, so you need to tap into that sun energy. You don't have the courage to be on your own, or at least get away from people that are just not doing it for you anymore. You don't you're not courageous enough to realize you may have outgrown certain circles in life. You don't, there's nothing that group of people can give you anymore. It's not nothing to be mean to them about or turn your nose up about, but you outgrow people. You know what I'm saying? What somebody say? I had warned you. But yeah, so you outgrow people sometime. So you got to move on, okay? So, but we got to move on sometimes, y'all. We have to move on to be better. You're not going to be able to stay in the same place you were when you were in high school and think you're going to get better. You're not going to still be having to think like somebody in high school and think you're going to prosper in life, because you're not. Because you're not, okay? So we have the Two of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. Exactly. Somebody, you going up. You see him holding the world. Somebody, you are in balance and harmony right now. You see, you pulled the King of Pentacles before that. You got money. You know where you're going. So don't get sidetracked or distracted by nothing or nobody. Do not. Do not. Don't get sidetracked or pull back for nothing, okay? Remember, you got a lot to do, okay? You remember, you got a world that you about to travel, okay? Remember the goal. Don't think about the short-term goals. Think about the long-term goals. Don't think about the short-term pleasures. Think about the long-term pleasures in life, okay? And that's how you stay on track, okay? But somebody, you need to stay in balance and harmony. Oh, the devil came out. As I just said that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Y'all know this is a Capricorn energy. The Capricorn energy coming out, okay? So look, all right, this is the devil. Now, the devil is an interesting card because it always has these two down here chained to each other to the Baphomet symbol, right? And if anybody know what the Baphomet symbol is, the Baphomet is actually symbolism of as above, so below, which is how he got his hands on here. As above, so below. So this is about the light and the dark, okay? The higher self and the lower self. So all this is still talking about balance. That's another thing. All this is still talking about balance. So somebody, you may be finally getting in balance and harmony with your higher self and your lower self, because the lower self is not bad. You know what I'm saying? The lower self is the root chakra. It's the root chakra. It's the sacral chakra, and it's the solar plexus, which is, so right now we're in the root chakra. We're getting grounded, okay? but you also have sexual desires with the sacral chakra and your creativity, right? So that's another thing. That energy is not bad. Creativity is where we give birth. Is where we birth things into our life, like, creating things, making things, music, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Art of any kind. That's that energy. And then we have our solar plexus, which is what that sun card is in, about confidence and courage and all that. So we need the lower self. But sometimes people are strictly in their lower self. And when you're strictly in the lower self, you tend to become imbalanced, egotistical, self-centered, and maybe even a user, okay? A liar, a manipulator. You take advantage of people. So you have to learn how to balance them both, okay? It's okay to desire, say you love sex. Let's just talk about that. Say you love sex. It's okay to love sex and desire sex, but that don't mean you got to be a liar about it. You know what I'm saying? Stop lying to people and saying you want more than sex, but you don't, because you'll get what you want if you just be honest about it. There's plenty of people out there that only want sex and they don't want nothing more. It just may not be the person that you wanted, but at least you'll get what you want. You know what I'm saying? People have the right to turn down things. So that was a good example, okay? Or say, let's talk about this. Say you like to drink and you like to smoke, but somebody else don't. You know what I mean? But every time you come around them, you keep bringing alcohol and smoke and stuff, which I recommend stop hanging around somebody when you know y'all are not the same. But you keep peer pressuring them like, hey man, just smoke with me, drink with me a little bit, because you're trying to pull people down to where you are at, and maybe they don't want to do that. Why don't you go find people that like to smoke and drink, so you don't have to be peer pressuring somebody that don't smoke and drink, trying to bring them into your world, and they're just not there. Who comes around somebody that doesn't smoke and drink, trying to get them to smoke and drink, when there's so many people out there that smoke and drink, and I know a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around that. So that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that. So the lower self is bad when it's in when you're in that energy. But now somebody's getting in balance and harmony. They get it. They like, just focus on what I like, and what people that are around me, that we like the same things. And then you'll be fine. And it don't matter what it is. That's what I'm saying. It ain't bad when all y'all love it and everybody feels safe doing it. And nobody is getting pushed into nothing, peer pressure to nothing. Nobody's getting hurt, lied to, manipulated. Do y'all thing. And that's good, or I don't like saying good or bad, but that's in your higher self and in the lower self, okay? So that's the message for that. Somebody about to get married. Are y'all ready to get married? Since somebody done learn, see, now that somebody done balance themselves. See, now you done got balance, and now you realize this is a whole bunch of stuff that you want to let go anyway, okay? Because it is somebody you want, and the only way you're going to get this person is being in this 10 of cups energy, because this person like, I need love, baby. What's that song Future got? I need love and affection. Rihanna and them, they need love and affection, baby. I need you to be with me. You see them together? I need you to be with me. If you don't want to be with me, you're not getting in these jeans, okay? All right, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energies coming out. Yeah, this is the, remember, this is the card with a rainbow, and the rainbow symbolism of money. So that is true, y'all. When you get in sacred union, y'all money start growing. I'm telling you, it's true love is always blessed by the universe, okay? And sacred union, companionship, partnership, marriage, and all that. So somebody, y'all gonna be jumping the broom soon. Y'all ready? Y'all be looking at them kids on the side. Y'all ready to have these kids? Children, somebody, if y'all have children already, maybe y'all gonna have some more. And if you don't want children, then that message ain't for you, okay? But yeah, somebody, y'all about to get married and have some children, and y'all gonna have a lot of land. So take that into consideration. Whoever this message is for, y'all about to have a lot of land. Y'all got a lot of land, so y'all gonna have a lot of lands. Y'all may be getting some kind of inheritance, or maybe y'all gonna go in together to buy some land because y'all building together. This is for real. Oh, so we got the 8. Excuse me, this is the 7 of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. 7 of Pentacles. Yes. So somebody remember this other card, the 10 of Wands came out. How they been working hard, and now the 7 of Pentacles. Same similar man. He looking like, darn, I've been out here building. So that's what I'm saying. Now there's a man or woman taking how it resonate. Now they seeing the fruits of their labor. Ooh, somebody that money rolling in. So now somebody really seeing the fruits of it. They just leaning over like, man, I done built this thing. And now it's just coming in plentiful. And they trying to figure out what their next move is about to be, okay? So yes, now this person is ready to reciprocate, okay? So yes, a lot of times people don't really want to be married until they really get to where they want to be. And only they know what it is. So half the time they don't tell people that they're not where they want to be yet. So they be getting in situationships up until they marry, and some of those end up in karmic relationships. You know what I'm saying? Well, we end up having kids by people we didn't want to, marry people we didn't really want to, and go through divorces because we just couldn't be alone. You know what I'm saying? Through the whole entire journey. It is hard. It's not easy. Okay, being alone. It's just not, because it's actually unnatural to be alone. You know what I'm saying? In a world full of people, right? We're not supposed to be alone. We really not. But sometimes for the greater good, you must make that decision, okay? To have less karmic cycles, and some people can do it and some people can't. But this person is happy. It sounds like this person is happy that they definitely went through some karmic situations, but nothing that was anything permanent on them. So now they're ready for what they want for the rest of their life, because they don't want no more, no, they ain't taking no more risk out here. They're not taking no more risks. See, look, 5 of Cups. Okay, somebody done went through something though. 5 of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Yeah, somebody probably recently went through a breakup, recently went through a heartbreak, or recently came to a realization that maybe that's another thing. Sometimes when you're going through these rebirths and ascensions, you start figuring out, I done hurt a lot of people, or I done let a lot of people hurt me. You know what I'm saying? So you going through a self-reflection right now. Somebody going through that right now, till you see how he got his head down. Somebody may be waking up crying, looking back on things that they've done and things that got done to them, and they've been in a depressive state because it hurts you to know you either let people treat you bad or you treated people bad, right? And now you got to forgive yourself and forgive them. And remember, forgiveness of yourself and for others is for you. Because if you don't forgive it, it'll keep eating at you, and it'll keep tearing you down and keeping you there, most importantly. And you need to be in the present moment, okay? Because the present moment is beautiful for you, all right? So forgiveness is so you can be present and happy in the present moment, not because you're supposed to forgive anybody that did you wrong to take them back. No, that's not what that means, okay? But it helps you release the weights, okay? It helps you release the karma and the trauma that's attached to it, the memory that keeps taking you back there, which is not a place you want to be. Okay, the mind is a powerful thing when used divinely, but it can be the most destructive thing when used undivinely, if you know what I mean by that. So look, see ya, 3 of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, y'all. So look, somebody, that's what I'm saying, you're ready. This is the Holy Trinity energy. Yeah, this person just ready now. They like any day now, whenever here, any day. So they're ready any day to be with their significant other. That's what they are now. They built the kingdom. They just patiently waiting at this point because they actually do not. This is the one thing in their life they don't want to rush into, because they know they can rush and pick the wrong person out of being desperate or impatient. So this is the one thing they actually are going to be patient about. Okay, but they are ready now. All right, somebody may be getting a phone call soon, or may start having certain alignments with certain people, and it's about to happen. And it sounds like while you making some money, 2 of Pentacles, so you may have started having alignments while you making money. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. So yes, some decision, something you about to start doing. Remember you pulled the 2 of Wands, and you had the world in your hand, and then we got the 2 of Pentacles. Remember, I'm pretty sure this is saying while you're traveling, somebody, you about to start traveling, and while you're traveling, you may meet somebody, and that's gonna be really, that's what. Oh, Queen of Wands, bottom of the deck, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, and Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Some queen, you about to be glowing and growing, and you definitely about to be getting this money. So somebody, that's another thing. You gonna notice for the kings out here, since we pulled the King of Pentacles, you gonna notice when it's your queen, because she gonna be getting the bag and she gonna be shining bright. That's what the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands is. She gonna be getting bags. She gonna be getting this bag, and she gonna be shining bright in the light. And it ain't this light ain't gonna be dimmed. It's not gonna be a question. Okay. All right. She gonna match you. She gonna match your energy. You the king of Pentacles. So you need a Queen of Pentacles. All right. You need a queen. You need yours too. You don't need to, don't get nothing less, king. Whatever you do. I feel like you've tried that before. You tried to be the man that find a woman that, she ain't got much, going on for her, and you put them in a better position. And it seemed like every time you got women like that, not always, but they didn't seem to be appreciative of what you was doing for them. But they may have even got jealous. You know what I'm saying? They may have got jealous of you, or they were distracting you too, because they feel like you glowing a bit bright here. You know what I'm saying? You're glowing a bit bright here, so they didn't feel. It's like what Nick Cannon said. He said when he was dating Mariah Carey, he felt like he just became Mariah's husband. He felt like he lost his identity because everybody was just, every time they went somewhere, nobody was really studying him. Okay. So he still had insecurities, because I want to know is, did you need attention as the man? Why did you need so much attention? You know what I'm saying? So you done dealt with, and men or women could have experiences. Maybe you dealt with men or women like that just, they, every time y'all went somewhere, nobody noticed them. Even if you be like, oh, this is my girl right here, oh, this is my man, people wouldn't. They was focused on you because they didn't know who this person was like that outside of being your spouse. So that's another thing. You can't do that no more. You a king. You can't be with people that don't have no kind of, nobody knows them really. You know what I'm saying? They don't have anything. You got to be equally yoked. Stop doing that. Somebody you don't like sharing the spotlight, so it's been hard for you to date somebody where y'all both in the spotlight and you don't know how to share the spotlight. Well, you better, either you gonna deal with sharing the spotlight with somebody that at least is known, and they not insecure, and they ain't worried about it. They not gonna ever get jealous of you or try to like compete with you or whatever. Or you gonna deal with people that's gonna be having some identity issues because they feel like all they are your spouse. All right. So make up your mind. Make up your mind on that one. I'd rather be equally yoked, and you better work on your confidence so you can be equally yoked. All right. Your spouse should never feel like it's taken from you. Why are you feeling like you competing with your spouse? Y'all together. Anything that benefits y'all individually benefits y'all collectively. Okay. Start thinking like that. That's marriage. Oh, that's marriage, y'all. You gotta stop thinking about just yourself and start thinking about each other. Start doing that now, like you got a spouse. And if you don't have a spouse now, start doing that now, practicing now. If you do have a spouse, this is something you need to start doing if y'all are not doing this. But start doing that now. Look at that. Remember, y'all put the 10 of cups. They together. They celebrating together. They happy about what they got together. Okay? They're not separate. So we got. And some people, it's hard for people because if you've been used a lot, and if you've been taken advantage a lot by people when you was really like that, right? You like, we together, but you realize you was really doing everything and they was just benefiting. That's why you need to stop getting equally yoked with people that you know are not building with you. They just feeding off you and making it look like because we together, we did this together. No. Get with somebody that has built something too so you can relate to them, okay? All right? Y'all, this is a serious message. This is a serious message. All right, let me cut this deck. So this is my actual indigenous deck. It's an animal deck, but Spirit led me to pull from this deck, and I haven't pulled from it in a while. Commitment. What did I just say? Somebody about to get in a committed relationship, aka marriage, okay? Soon. All right, so commitment. It has undertaking, go forward, flow. So somebody, you're about to get offered a commitment. This bird, it's a flying bird. It's called a cormorant. Cormorant, okay? Bird, okay? The apsimal. It calls the apsimal. Birds of a feather flock together. So you about to get a commitment. So it's about to fly in. It sounds like it's about to blow in the wind to fly in. Okay, you better make sure you're ready. And it's saying go for it. So when it comes, you gonna know. Remember, I described all this to you. Go for it and go. It said go with the flow. Oh, that's tough right there. Oh my God. Go with the flow. They want y'all to go with the flow when this comes. They want y'all to go with the flow. It's going to be all right. Okay, you gonna know. You gonna know. Rebirth. Didn't I just talk about all this rebirth we've been going through? Rebirth. Rebirth, y'all. This is a bat, and I actually just seen a bat the other day when I was walking to the store. It was like it was actually, unfortunately, it was a dead bat. But seeing a dead bat is symbolism of rebirth. So we got right here: revolution, sacrifice, and evolution. Right? Yeah, somebody, you've been going through a rebirth. And this is because you're going through a revolution. You're in an evolution right now. You're making the sacrifice you need. You're shedding. You're letting go of stuff that you don't need no more. Like me, y'all. I'm gonna tell you something I let go the other day. I had this hookah I've been having since I was in my 20s because I used to be a hookah girl. I was at the hookah bars and everything when I was younger. And man, I still have my hookah, even though I haven't touched that thing in years. It's just been sitting up years, and I gave it away to somebody. I said, look, they was a bartender. They was needing hookahs so they could start using bartending and hookah stuff. And I said, just take it. And I was like, I got kind of emotional. I was like, because I got so many memories with my hookah. And I was like, man, get that thing out of here. And if I ever want to get another one, I can get another one. But that had to go. And I let it go. So that's another thing. It's time to detach from stuff. Let stuff go. You know what I mean? Let it go, y'all. It's stuff, if you ain't even using it, it's been up there for 10, 20 years. It's just sitting there collecting. It was collecting dust. I was like, get this thing out of here. All right. So stuff like that, you're going through stuff like that where you're letting stuff go and getting stuff out your house. I got rid of some other stuff too, but just let stuff go. It's time to clean up. All right, your life should reflect who you are today, not yesterday and not 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying? That's change. That's rebirth. All right, wishing. You got wishing. It says Luna, wishing. So it has dream world, fantasy, and visions. Okay, so somebody, you may be having dreams. Okay, so the dreams that you're having right now, they're showing you that they're literally about to grant you your wish. So they're showing you now in your dream state, or when you're having visions during the day, or however, you could be sitting around having visions at work or at the park somewhere, or while you out and about, and in your dreams they're showing you what's coming. So are you ready? This commitment is coming. Your wishes are being granted. You got the commitment card, rebirth card, everything we've been talking about, and wishing. So if you've been wishing for something, somebody sound like you've been wishing for this relationship and you about to get it. What's that song? Be careful. Was it Pussycat Dolls? Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Let's ring the bell, okay? You just might get it. And it sounds like you about to get it. And don't you be running from this. They said go with the flow. They said go with the flow, okay? Best card ever. Boundaries. And don't forget about them boundaries. Heck yeah, you ain't about to be naive out here either. That's another thing. They didn't say be no fool and go with the flow. Boundaries. This is the best message I done did in a minute. Boundaries. It has right here. This is the armadillo. Value, self-discipline, and shields. Know your worth. Know your value. And have discipline. Remember, this is what the devil card coming out about. And shields. Protect yourself. So let me tell you, the reason why you're going to have discipline, because somebody sound like whoever you about to get aligned with, they sexy, baby. They your bread and butter. That's what you've been wanting. So this person is going to test that lower self. You're going to be ready to jump on it. Okay? You're going to be ready to jump on it. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And the answer is no. Slow your roll. And go with the flow. But slow your roll. Because moving too fast can ruin this connection easily. Okay? So you're going to have discipline. Yeah, they sexy. Okay? But you don't know them yet. They may not even be it. And then you can get fooled again just because they were sexy, right? Sexiness is dangerous, man. That stuff dangerous. People do not have self-control. It's so tough to have self-control, but without self-control, y'all, we will keep making mistakes over and over again, especially in the love department, because we won't take a chill pill. You don't have any sexual control. I don't like people like that either. Like, I have literally stopped talking to people because they couldn't control themselves around me. And I think you're disgusting because you don't even know me. Just because I'm beautiful doesn't mean I've met some beautiful, disgusting people in my life. I have met some physically attractive people that was the sexiest, most beautiful thing I ever seen. And they were some trash people. So I don't give a F how fine you are or how much money you got. If I need to know who the hell you are. Because appearances don't mean nothing, babe. You can get fooled out here by somebody. I don't fall for appearances or money. So I don't like people like that, because people like that, that's how I know you a stick and mover. You're H. You're used to getting over with people because of your looks or your wallet. And you don't expect nobody to truly get to know you for who you are, because you don't want nobody to ever get to know you for who you are, because you probably ain't nobody of integrity. You are a person of looks and money, and that's it. Watch that stuff, y'all. Y'all got to stop falling for this stuff. All right. So the bottom of the decks, it says Nexus B. You so sweet. Okay. Y'all remember that song Erykah Badu about like honey? Baby. Oshun coming through. Get this honey and get this money. Okay, let's go. All right, get this honey and get this money. Remember that. Work with Oshun, and I do got some Oshun candles, okay? Work with Mother Oshun right now. She gonna teach you how to pick a king, because you know Oshun got a story, baby. They thought they was gonna do stuff without her, these men, and maybe she took everything. She wiped the whole world dry. Like, oh, y'all think y'all gonna do this without me? And y'all not gonna show me my love and respect? Like, y'all just, okay, cool. But it got networking, connection, and energy. So somebody, you may start meeting people while you out here networking, and you're gonna build some connections, and the energy gonna be so sweet. Pay it. That's another thing. Like what I just said, focus on the energy, baby. Focus on the energy. Don't get caught up in appearances. Don't get caught up in statuses and all this stuff. That stuff lame. Focus on the energy and the reciprocation of what's going on around you, how it's making you feel, how it's changing your life for the better. Okay? So it said networking connection. It's just time for you to get out there and start networking, baby. Somebody's about to meet somebody while you out networking and stuff and building connections, okay? And remember, you got to have boundaries, which is discipline. Just take it easy. Take it easy, okay? What else we need to pull from? Y'all, this is a serious message. I'm going to pull from my astrology deck. I'm getting a lot of earth. You know what? No, this is a deck. I'm going to have to go longer than I want. This is a deck I haven't pulled from in a while. They want me to pull from. Oh, God. Y'all, they want us to get deep today, because this, y'all know this deck come with a book. When I pull the book out, it's real. But it has a lot of animals and plants in this deck. I like that. It's crystals, animals, and plants and moons in this deck. It's a pretty much nature based deck. I love it. I've been having it for years. And I'm like, I need to get back in this deck. So they've been telling me, they straight told me, get the other deck. So get this deck. So let's see what they got to say about this deck. And I think, see, we 40 minutes something in. More than likely, probably after this, that's gonna be it. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the likes. All right, one more shuffle. All right, here we go, y'all. Y'all love this deck. This is the deck, y'all. Here we go. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and just shuffle them out. I ain't pull from this in a minute. Ooh, so we got Scarlet, Ibis, and Abalone. And I sell these now. Look, y'all. I don't have one in front of me, but if you want to get an abalone shell from me, I sell them. They're on my website, goddessontherise.life. So get you one, okay? They use for smudge or cones, Palo Santo, cinnamon sticks when you're burning them and cleansing your space, okay? So it has Scarlet, Ibis, and Abalone. And they wearing, and this bird looks like a red color. And that shell up top. So let me get up the book. Hold on, get the book. I like to read from the book, because these books have like powerful messages in it, in the book. Here, oh, I just passed it. It has like really powerful messages in the book about the card. Here it is. Okay. Here we go, y'all. So it has right here, key points, sacrifice, different perspectives. Okay. So we're pulling a lot of cards out about sacrificing right now. So we got the ibis is a wader bird that primarily gathers and flocks in wetlands and marshes. Although they can also be seen in areas of rainforest or near large lakes, they were considered sacred symbols of magic, knowledge, death, and sacrifice. Abalone shells are powerful spiritual tools believed to soothe and to bestow the calm courage required in order to view issues from different perspectives. So yeah, you need to get an abalone shell. Somebody, you need an abalone shell to help you if you need help with soothing yourself, calming yourself, and being more in tune with courage and all that, and having a different perspective. Is good to put it on your altar. I actually have one on my altar. I've been having for years, and now I sell them. It got time to take a few steps back and reconsider how you're going about this, because what you're doing isn't working as well as it could for you. So you need to ask why. Are you taking the easy route? What are you willing to change? What sacrifices would you make? Just how far are you willing to go in order to succeed? So yes, somebody, it's something you're doing. Things have been working for you, but you're still not reaching the goals that you really want right now. And remember, we pulled that card, that B, about networking and connection. So somebody, you may not be networking enough or in the right territories for you. So you're going to have to find ways to network in communities and territories that will benefit you highly, so you can really be more successful in the ways that you want to, okay? That's the message, all right? That's the message. So, and definitely getting you an abalone shell to help you, all right? So we got Bunny and Bubbles. Bunny and Bubbles. Y'all know bunnies. When a bunny come out, that's symbolism of fertility. Somebody about to have a baby. Y'all ready to have a baby? I don't even. Somebody just asked me the other day when I might have to have a baby. I'm like, don't ask me that again. Like, don't. First of all, I'm not even married. Why the heck I want to have a baby before I'm married? I know times are different now, but not for me. I'm not dropping no baby without no husband. Hell no. Why? We be focused on the wrong things. Let me get a husband first before I think of and be a wife before I even understand how to just jump into being a mother. Like I'm not doing that. So look, it got key points. Time pressures make the most of life. Okay. So time pressures make the most of life. Somebody you may need to be living a bit more. It got rabbits are abundant, vibrant creatures associated with fertility and longevity, but their colonies and numbers are a defense mechanism rather than a choice. As a prey animal, the only way their species survives is to take the most of the time they have and breed ferociously. Dang. All right, is it time for y'all to breed? Somebody, they telling you it's time to tick. Oh my God. It's time to tick. So look, somebody they breed a lot rabbits, which is why y'all remember Playboy Bunny, how he had that symbol on them because they always going. But they want you to get in the mode. Y'all may need to find somebody, which y'all sound like y'all about to, and that's another thing. When this person comes, it's about to be baby making time, baby. It's baby making time. So when they come, it's about to be time to drop these seeds. All right, drop your own little rabbits. So just go ahead and get ready. So it has right here. Bubbles have a similarly transit temporary life. We marvel in their beauty, in the rainbows they contain, watching and wondering how far they will travel before something destroys them. So again, life is short, so you better make the most of it. There are risks and challenges apparently, but do you really want to hide away living in fear of them? Or do you want to live life to its very limit? Create memories that are full of wonder and beauty rather than regrets. Okay, that was a good message, okay? So somebody, okay, this message is somebody you've been like not taking certain risk in life. You haven't been really a risk taker in certain areas, specifically in this area, okay? And because you're like, I'm not, you don't want the consequences possibly, and that's smart. I get that. But they're telling you, do you really want to keep living your life in fear and not ever taking any chances and never experiencing nothing at all just to say you had this perfect life, which really wasn't perfect? It's a delusion. They like you gonna have to like they said create positive memories. Ooh, somebody just got talked bad to real quick. They're like you gonna have to take some risks. Cause like they said, like they're telling you life is short, and they've been showing you how short life is. They've been showing you in different ways how short life is, and life tomorrow is not promised, the next second is not promised. So they're like, it's time to live your life and you know live whatever that means, y'all. But y'all, I recommend protection. There's nothing wrong with condoms, okay? Just in case, all right. So it got right here, blue tit and tourmaline. This is the next card, blue tit and tourmaline. Y'all, this is the Taurus reading right here. That was a serious message, y'all. I'm serious. All right, this is right next door. Blue tit and tourmaline. So y'all may need to be working with pink tourmaline stone as well. And it says blue tit. It got key points: hope, happiness, joy, and love. So we got a blue tit in flight is the herald of wonderful timing. I mean, wonderful things coming. Peace, love, and harmony winging their way to you in a tiny, colorful package. So somebody is coming. Look, somebody don't realize you about to get snatched up by something. The love bird is coming. You see this? You heard this? You said the love bird is about to fly in on you, okay? It got right. This small bird, a colorful, positive beacon who never strays far from home, is considered a good omen for sailors and landlubbers alike. Pink tourmaline is a delicate shamanic stone that packs a punch in terms of love, healing, attracting positive energy, and revealing worries and stress. Okay, relieving worries and stress. Okay, so somebody you need to work with some pink tourmaline to help you release your fears and stress behind. Really, it sounds like love. Oh, somebody is scared of this love. What's that song? It's a song about that. I can't think about it right now, but they like. It's like, don't be afraid of love. Just, you may need some help in some areas to relieve those fears so you can stop, hiding from it. Okay. So it has right here, give yourself permission to tear down the walls and let joy and tranquility into your life. Hope that you started to lose sight of is now back in view. Storms of despair are passing blowing themselves out. Energy and happiness returning to light up your life. So trust it. Feel your confidence soar and don't let anyone or anything get you down. Okay, now look, this is going back to those boundaries, okay? Remember we pulled that boundary card, the armadillo card. So yes, just because you in this loving spirit now and you're more happier and you're returning back to your light and all that stuff, right? Don't mean everybody deserve access to that. You still gotta be wise, okay? You don't have to pick anybody and anybody that offers you something, okay? Because I promise you, the reason why people are scared of being in this energy is because as soon as people see you in this energy, they naturally assume you are naive, and most of the time people are. They're a fool in love instead of wise in love. I do not recommend you be a fool in love. You heard what Tina Turner said. That fool in love song, listen to that song. Or even Aretha Franklin, Chain of Fools. You do not need to be a fool in love. That's how you keep getting hurt and played. There's nothing wrong with opening up to love again, but don't be a fool. Please don't. Do not. All right, look. Whiteback and Lamar Stone. So do we have a bat? Other card? Yeah, we did. We had another bat, remember? Hold on. See, look, we got two bats. We had the rebirth bat. It was a black one on here on the indigenous deck. And then we got a white bat on here. Two bat. Ooh, I like it. It's one white and one black. So, white bat coming out. Let me see. All right, here he is. We're right here. So it has right here key points: addiction, temptation, healing power. Remember, I told you somebody about to get tempted anyway. A white bat is a symbol of transformation, often from addiction. It can represent the shedding of something in your life that drains you of self-belief and power. It got Larimar is a healing stone said to hold the energy of the sky and sea. Reminiscent of a sunny ocean, it can bring harmony to body and soul and help with guilt and anxiety. So somebody, you need to work with this Larimar stone to help you release any kind of guilt or anxiety. And it's going to help heal your soul right now, okay? It's a healing stone. So again, we live in a world where temporary pleasures are everywhere. I just talked about that. Seducing and urging us to overindulge and forget what truly ails us. Desire can be healthy when tempered, but too often it spirals out of control. That's what I'm talking about, okay? All right. So look, it has right here. Take back your power. You have more control than you believe. Even if it takes you on a difficult journey, face what causes you pain and act to eliminate it. So yes, this is pretty much talking about what I was saying. Yes, you in this love and energy now. Yes, you're finally feeling safe again to love and trusting yourself again. So you can live, like I said, because you do need to live. Somebody, you pulled the 10 of cups. And then you're going to pull the rabbit card. This is clearly talking about it's time for you to start your family. Let's just keep it real. It's time for you to drop these seeds, okay? But that doesn't mean you have to be foolish when you pick this person. Or don't go for somebody that's seeking temporary pleasures. You know what that looks like. You should be wise enough by now in life to tell, look at how they moving. Like, I'm gonna give an example of somebody. Somebody that tried to talk to me. This was years ago. I actually did date them temporarily, but they was always constantly jumping from relationship to relationship, and they're still doing that now. They've never been married. They've never been in nothing long term. Every time you turn around, they was constantly getting with this woman, and this woman. And then they would circle back. So you would literally after they stopped talking to me and we stopped dating, before you know, they went back to an ex that they was dating before me. So they would circle the block with whatever keeps letting them come back in. When I saw that person's behavior, when they tried to come back again for me after they went back to their ex, I was like, brother, this is not happening. You just want whatever is available to you. You're not looking for nothing long term, and it shows in your actions. So I turned him down again. Like, no, I'm not interested in joining you at all, because you got a problem. So that's what I'm saying. If they're showing you and that's something, I don't think the guy's a bad guy. He's just not a committed person. See, that's what I'm saying. Some people, they showing you they're not committed worthy. This man was not committed. He was jumping. He didn't care. He just needed temporary pleasures. So when people show you who they are, believe them. That's all I looked at. I don't think he's a bad person, because nothing ever happened between us. It never went anywhere, because I saw it. I was paying attention. Like, this dude is a stick and mover. He wasn't trying to commit to anybody. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. They just telling you, you see how this person moving. So don't get mad and upset if you do something with them and then they do you the same way you seen them doing other people. You know what I'm saying? Stop being in denial. Stop being in denial, y'all. You just they showed you who you are. They were to believe them. Okay. You need to be getting this money and this honey. Okay. Getting this money and this honey. So look, y'all, that was the message. That is the message. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe to me here at Sacred Energy Exchange 222. If you like to get a reading by me, you can get a reading at Sacred Energy Exchange 222 at gmail.com. Okay. All the information is at the end of this video. If y'all like to get on my website and buy some, remember, y'all get y'all abalone shell. I have those in stock now. You can go to goddessontherise.life. That link is at the end of this video. Y'all free to donate to my Venmo, Goddess on the Rise, my PayPal, goddessontherise.life at gmail.com, and my Chime or Cash App, which is Copper Queen, and Queen is QU33N. Copper Queen. If y'all want to give a donation, nothing's too big or too small. Thank y'all so much for everything, for tuning in. Thank y'all for the likes. So I'm going to ring this bell, send this energy back to spirit. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit, y'all. Until next time, happy Saturn day, y'all. Happy Taurus season. Happy Beltane. Peace, love, and balance. Copper Queen checking out.